Today I'm going to take a look at this E-Flite Conscendo Evo. So it's the latest Conscendo then from E-Flite, and this is a power glider, so you have this prop motor in front with the foldable blades, and it's a 1.6 meter wingspan RC airplane. This is also very featured because if you look inside in this hatch, you have actually like an avian light EC, so you have full telemetry from the battery. You can see the voltage, and I believe this one features something like an AR630 or 31 receiver as well. It's really easy to put this one together. You have like 4 screws for the main wing, and then on the rear tail section then you have like actually just 4 pieces of tape to hold the rear stabilizer in place. And one thing you have to do is put these stickers under the wing. So it's a little bit, I don't know why E-Flite didn't put these stickers on the wings as is, because I mean you really want to have some stickers to tell orientation on this one. It's a really nice quality, I would say, a little bit flexible on the tail section, but I mean it's just a nice uncomplicated RC airplane, and I haven't really tried a glider before, so let's head outside and just get this one up in the air and see what I think about it. So it's up, and today I'm doing this flight on a 4S 2200 milliamp battery. This is my second flight, so the first flight I did just to try it out, I did one adjustment, so I moved the linkage for the elevator to the middle hole on the elevator horn, just to have more elevator authority. And when you push the throttle, it's just super fast and powerful. And when you kill the throttle, you just glide really nice. I mean, no power, and still no power, and still no power, it just glides. And then when you kick in the throttle, just goes. Really speedy RC airplane. I like speedy RC airplanes. And I set a timer for 6 minutes, but I suppose the flight time will be double that, because you're not using the throttle all the time. Like, at least half the time you don't. It does have this really nice whining noise from the wing. It goes really insanely speed, this RC airplane. It's also really easy to control. I mean, by design, it just glides. So you don't have to do much, actually. And even after the first flight I did, which was like 12 minutes, the ESC alarm didn't kick in once. So maybe 12 minutes is conservative. Maybe you can keep on flying for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And especially if you have some wind, you know, that will help you when you face the wind. So today I don't have that much. It's coming from my right side, but it's really not helping me too much. As you can see, the stickers under the wing really help to tell orientation, and especially when you have a cloudy day like this, chances are a white RC airplane will disappear. I mean, this sound is just fantastic. I mean, it's just a sweet sounding RC airplane. I would say the only negative thing about an RC airplane like this is probably it's too easy to fly. So you should really enjoy to catch the wind and the windsurf. But I mean, it's still an enjoyable experience and very stress-free also. As I mean, I really can't see this one stalling unless you do something completely stupid.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
And to hand launch, this one was just super easy. More or less go slightly above half throttle and just make a a firm toss, and it's it starts to glide, and from there you can just pick up speed. So I did actually use safe the first time and this time just to launch it. But I don't think you really need to do it. And I suppose this one is so powerful too, you can more or less just go vertical straight from launch. But I want to do a more like traditional hand throw. This plane would probably go more or less just unlimited when it comes to vertical performance. So even though it's not a challenge to fly, you sure can have some fun. And it's always, I think it's nice to actually, when you're doing a lot of warbirds and maybe some aerobatic more difficult RC airplanes, to have like a few RC airplanes that are really stress-free, and that gives you a little bit of a different flying experience to the usual RC airplanes you fly. And this is such an RC airplane, and I would really like to bring this one when there's stronger winds, and just explore how much I can glide, and if I can have a really long flight time. I think it would make for a really boring video, but it would be surely fun, interesting to do it. So that's something I have planned for. So hopefully I will do this time of year pretty soon as well.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
And even though I have a few gusts coming going, I mean, it doesn't make this one rock in any way. I'm not sure how much AS3X is actually working, but it appears to be absolutely rock solid, even when I'm just killing throttle. Of course, it will be rock solid when I push it, because most RC airplanes are really solid when you go full power. I mean, this is just a speedy one. You can go really sporty if you like a Formula 1 race car. So the flight envelope is really, really wide when you can glide for such a long time, and still you can go insanely fast at the same time. I mean, this field is like at least maybe 300 meters wide, and this plane just covered that distance in a matter of seconds. You can also make quite tight turns.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
So there are maneuvers that doesn't work quite as well, like for instance doing a clean stall turn. It's a little bit too smooth to do these kind of distinct moves. And I suspect I really won't fly this one as much as my other RC airplanes. First off, because you get such an insane long flying time. So I probably won't do as many flights as I do with my other RC airplanes. And then again, I think it's a little bit too easy to fly this one. Especially when we have an RC airplane that you're not worried that it will stall. And this one by design is you just want to glide. It does take a little bit fun out of it actually, because a flight should have several different elements. So I mean, just a few moments where you actually have to concentrate, and and then moments where you can just relax and fly. But with this one, it's just relaxing all the way. So I will just keep on flying this one until I get tired, or the timer just says it's time to land, which doesn't tell me anything because I could just go by the telemetry warning and just land it when the battery is about to be depleted. But then, as I said, I could, maybe go for like 20 minutes, which is too long for this video. So this is a belly lander. Just get it down, kill the throttle, and glide, and it will touch down in a good way. I didn't know what to expect from this, Conscendo Evolution, because I haven't tried a glider before. It was a really long time since I had something like this, and it was, way back, and it was made of balsa. So this is a really interesting experience. But I mean, if you just could compare this one to almost all other RC airplanes I've flown, this one is so easy to fly because you more or less go like half throttle, you toss it, you don't have to toss it that hard, and it just glides away. And when it's time to land, you more or less, get a nice altitude, you kill the throttle and you just glide down, and it lands really nice. And this one, I mean, it's a glider, so of course you can just glide. But with a 4S battery inside, as I tried, it's super speedy and fun to fly. Maybe it's not, a really snappy RC airplane, but it's so speedy. You can go, insanely fast with this one, which I really think is fun. Just something that is uncomplicated and is easy to take off, easy to land. And I think orientation-wise, even though you go quite far away, and this one will more or less just go unlimited vertical straight up. So it's just a fun, almost a little bit too easy to fly. So it's not really a challenge, but to catch the wind and glide is something I want to experience a little bit more, because this one differs from all my other RC airplanes like the Warbirds or high wing trainers. or EDFs. So I mean, I think this is a nice one. I haven't really have enough experience to compare this one to other gliders. I can just say that this one is really easy to fly. It is a very easy way to put this one together, and you can also put it back in the box again. And you can also run this on 3S and 4S. And I believe, I mean, the battery compartment is quite tight, so you can squeeze like a 4S 50C 2200 milliamp battery inside, but I think that is more or less the limit. But if you, I suppose you can run this also on like 1300 3S batteries. It doesn't need much power to actually have it flying. So I mean, it is an interesting RC airplane. I will surely come back to this one. I cannot really compare it to other RC airplanes, but I can say that it's a really easy flying, easy put together, and a fun one to fly.